welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki, and today I feel like this video could be a little controversial. We'll see. Let's just jump into it. If you are new around here, I have been selling on Poshmark for 3 years, and just keep in mind, this is my personal opinion. Do not take offense, friends. I always say here on this channel, we just keep it real with each other, but we're friendly, and that's what I want this channel to be. Like the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about reselling. And I just share with you what I'm doing in my business. And if it doesn't work for you or you don't agree, that is a-okay, right? We all have business models that work for us. So wanted to talk a little bit about PoshFest because they keep bugging me on the app. I don't know if anyone else is getting this, but I'm not kidding. I probably get a couple notifications a day saying PoshFest is happening. Don't forget to get your tickets, blah, blah, blah. I think I need to turn notifications off, certain notifications off for Poshmark, because it just keeps popping up. And I'm like, I wish there was some way that I could just say not attending or something. So I wanted to talk about why I have never attended PoshFest before and why never say never. I always say that, never say never. Why I probably won't be going in the future unless they change things drastically. I would love to hear from those of you that have been to PoshFest, just your experiences once I get to the end of this video and I explain, well, once I go through the video, not to the end, and explain why I haven't gone and why I don't think it's beneficial for everyone. So my oldies but my goldies know this, but for the newbies, we have new people around here all the time. I have a full-time corporate job in healthcare. I'm also a real estate agent. The only reason I'm telling you that is because I go to a lot of conferences for work, and they are very expensive. The real estate conferences, I pay for myself, but the healthcare conferences that I go to, like I just signed up to go to a conference in San Antonio. Is it San Antonio? Yeah, I think that's the same place that PoshFest is in, right? A conference in San Antonio for my healthcare job, and just the attendance is $1,000, okay? So my job has to pay $1,000 just for me to go to the 3-day conference. Then flight, hotel. My job's rental car is gonna be paying probably like $3,000 to $4,000 for me to go to this conference. And when they send me to these conferences, they basically tell me, like, when you get back, you need to do a presentation on what you learned and what you'll be implementing in your job from what you've learned at this conference. So I've had that mentality for a very long time, that if you're spending money to go to a conference, it needs to be moving the needle forward for your business in some way. I got that from my healthcare experience. I've been in healthcare for like 12 years now. So I've always had that mentality, right? Because I was thinking, if my big corporate job expects this, when I go to conferences and I'm paying with my own hard-earned money, I need to be learning things that are going to move the needle forward, help me to advance in my career. So when I go to real estate conferences, which I do pay for with my own money, I only go to conferences I know that I'll be learning something that'll help me in my real estate business. Networking is huge. I will not take that away from conferences. Networking is so huge at these conferences. You can meet people that you can learn from, that you can do business deals with. The networking, honestly, is probably more beneficial, in my opinion, and meeting other like-minded people than the things that you may actually learn at like the sessions or something. So huge networking benefits. Love that. And before I get into the negatives of PoshFest, remember, this is someone who hasn't attended. I think that's one of the best benefits of going to PoshFest from what you guys have told me, from the DMs I've received on the Reselling Instagram. Shameless plug, I always link it down below. We're close to 2,000 followers on that account. But you guys have DM'd me and asked me, are you going to PoshFest? Are you going to PoshFest? I can't wait to see you there. And I feel bad being like, I'm not going, girl, but it's just the facts. And I actually got this video idea from one of you guys because you said, well, can you do a video on your thoughts on PoshFest? Because one girl was saying she had never been and she wanted to know different experiences from people who have been and haven't. So PoshFest, I think it's great for networking. You make friends, you can meet friends. One of the reasons I thought of going is because so many of you I DM with on Instagram, or we talk here on the comments, and I was thinking it would be just so cool to hang out with some of you guys, to just do like a meetup, not even a meetup, but just like go have lunch, go have tea or something. I was like, that is what a lot of people talk about the main benefit of PoshFest is. It's a very social, fun conference time wherever it is. I think this year it's in Texas, the same place where I think my healthcare conference is this year. So that's a positive. Now, the negatives for me and the reasons I've never gone is, one, you have to use your own money to go to these things. Like, there's no job that I have that's paying me to go to a reselling conference. And the profits that I make on my reselling business, I like to pay myself and then reinvest the rest into my business. And in the 10 years I've been doing this, I have not gone to a reseller conference or a selling conference. I did want to go to eBay Open, but remember, all of the 10 years that I've been a reseller, I have always had a corporate job. So it just didn't make sense for me to like take off work and go. But honestly, thinking back, I would have really liked to go to eBay Open. I could do a whole other video on why I do think I would love to go to eBay Open. But anyways, so money. It's, you got to fly there. You have to do all that, which would be worth it to me if I felt like Poshmark was going to give me information that I didn't already know to be successful on Poshmark. That is the main reason I have never gone, and I probably won't go. The thing about PoshFest is, you guys, like I said, I feel like from a personal opinion, it's more about being social, connecting with people. And they do give you information about, new features that are going to be coming on the app, new analytics that they're going to offer. I roll my eyes because I feel like out of all the platforms I sell on, Poshmark selling analytics and tools are my least favorite. They're not very detailed, but they talk about those things. But honestly, you guys, you could get all that information on their website, on YouTube. People actually film. I think even Poshmark films the PoshFest sessions and puts them on their YouTube channel. Like, you don't need to go to these conferences to get the information that Poshmark is giving. And that is the number one reason I've just never spent the money and taken the plunge to go. I just don't feel like the cost. How can I say this without sounding rude? I don't feel like the cost is worth the benefit. I feel like I can connect with you guys and just talk to you guys and be social with you guys on here, on Instagram. I chat with a lot of you guys. I just don't feel like I need to spend thousands of dollars to go do that. And now that I'm a new mom, I have to take Zane everywhere with me. I just have to. I have never spent a night alone without him. Some of you might think that's ridiculous, and I don't plan on keeping that up forever, but he's still young. He's only 8 months old. So I would have to take Zane with me, and then I would need probably to bring my mom or some form of childcare so I can actually go to the sessions. So I'm just this could be very expensive. This would probably cost me thousands of dollars, which I would pay if I felt like, there was enough benefit for me to making more money on Poshmark from going there. Or I do think, though, the networking is really important. And so that's why I say never. Maybe one day I'll go, when Zane's a little older and I don't have to feel like, I need to, I can't be away from him, for 2 or 3 nights. And maybe if enough of you convince me, you're like, Nikki, please come, I feel like the only reason I would go is if a lot of you guys were like, I'd love to meet up with you, let's connect, maybe let's collab or something. Just to be friends with you guys IRL, I would go in the future. But that's just the reason I haven't gone. It just doesn't make sense for my business. You know what I'm saying? It's just a very big expense for my reselling business. And I don't know that networking should be the only reason I go. Because I just network with you guys daily, all the time. If you want to hit me up, I'm not the most responsive, fast on Instagram, but usually I will respond to you if you DM me. I always link the Reselling Instagram down below. I read every single one of your comments on these videos on this channel. I don't respond to all of them, but I read every single one. So I want to get better about just talking to you guys here and then on Instagram. Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't make sense for me to go for the cost. Does that make sense? Point blank, period. From what I've heard from other resellers too, and I appreciate that they have sessions where other successful resellers are teaching you their tips and tricks. But again, I can just watch those on YouTube, you guys. I don't have to physically be there to do that. And again, I did mention this in the recent Goodwill Outlet video, but something has happened to me, and I've talked about this since COVID, that I don't like large crowds. I don't know if I'm like I don't think it's a phobia, because I have been to the airport. I have flown twice since COVID started. I didn't like it. Though that's probably the most populated enclosed area I've been in since COVID is the airport. And I didn't fly all of 2020. All of this flying was in 2021. Everybody was masked up. I tried as much as I could to stay away from people. But honestly, you guys, I've developed something where I do not like large crowds. And that is very odd for someone who loves, I told you this, I love concerts. I used to go to the bins when it was jam-packed and you would bump into people. I love going to sporting events. I should say past tense. So the idea of going to a conference right now just freaks me out. I don't want to be crammed in. And I'm sure they're going to have capacity on how many people can be in a conference room, I hope. Like this work conference that I'm going to in Texas, I'm going to actually ask my boss if they just announced that there's a virtual version. I'm going to ask her if I can just do the virtual. One, it's going to save my company money. I think the virtual one's half the price. It's $500, and I don't have to go and be around a large group of people. And I told you, it doesn't matter to me if everyone's vaccinated, if everyone's wearing a mask. I don't know, you guys. Yeah. If this continues, I honestly think I probably need to like seek some therapy for it or something, because it's not subsiding. If anything, it's like with the Delta variant, it's becoming a little bit more, I don't want to say severe, but just another reason why conference in person, not my vibe right now. But more so than that, let's say in an amazing, perfect world, no COVID, that's, the last 3 years I just haven't gone because I just didn't think it made sense for my business. And I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. You know who I want to hear from? Because I love to hear from people who have different opinions than mine. I've always been that way. I love to hear both sides, like especially like with politics or business. I just love to hear everyone else's opinion. So I'd love to hear from those of you that have been to PoshFest, that really enjoy it and feel like it's worth the money. Like, leave in the comments down below why you enjoy it so much, why you think it's worth it to go. And then, of course, anyone comment. I'd love to hear from those of you that are like myself that haven't gone and don't feel like it's worth it to go. Yeah, everybody, just comment. I really want to hear your thoughts. Because like I said, never say never. Maybe one day I'll go. I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but love to hear your thoughts down below. How do we feel about this dress? This was just a chatty video. This is very not my style. It gives me like anthropology, boho vibes. I got it on Amazon. Yeah, I was just looking like for dresses that are easy to throw on when I'm like working from home. And I just thought, I'm going to try something new and colorful. I think I like it. It's a bit frumpy, like there's no shape to it, but I think that's why so many people like it. It has a lot of reviews. I'll link it down below. But one girl said that she wears it with a belt like this and with heels, and it looked I think I like it better like this. Just frames the body a little bit better. But if you're looking for something loose and free-flowing, I'll link it down below. And I think it was under $30. So just wanted to chat with you, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. You will see some videos on the screen that you can click, or my face in the corner somewhere to subscribe.